What's up, guys? It's McNulty here. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are all doing well. The Astral summon is back, and we have a brand new hero in the Astral Elves portal, and it is Melodymuse. Looking kind of weird, like she's got half a moon stuck to the side of her face and some kind of harp. A very interesting looking hero, but we got to have a look and see what she's all about and whether she is actually worth summoning for. The Astral Elves definitely have a place in this game at the moment, especially with the recent release of Sluggus. In fact, I think Sluggus was the most recently released hero into the game just before this recent Covenant summon. So Melodymuse certainly has a lot to live up to. So let's get into it. We'll have a look at her and break her down and do our best to see whether or not she is a decent hero. So starting off, she is of course a holy hero, and she is of the cleric class. Cleric class is really good because she gets that nice mana shield, so a nice chance to resist the negative mana effects and effects that prevent the use of special skills. If you do add the master class, she also has a chance to recover 10% health, which I believe will work really well with her because she is supposed to be a healer. So the family bonus for the Astral Elves, we know it's for 1 or 2 heroes, and they get a 50 or 70% chance to dispel a random dispellable status effect buff from any enemy that deals special skill damage to the character. So it's kind of okay. Like I've been saying, the family bonus and the classes for the Astral Elves really aren't the crux of everything, but their passives are really, really good. So an innate resistance against poison, and then the secondary passive where they share received damage means that they are a lot more difficult to take out. So I do like the shared received damage and the poison resistance. As I can see here, her ether talent is the Fiend Resist, and I'm not the hugest fan of that. It doesn't come into play very often. At the start of the battle, she's immune to new fiends for 6 turns. Really not the greatest of ether talents, so nothing to write home about so far. Now, in terms of the stats, we will switch off the max power preview, so we can see there nearly 1100 team power, so right up there with the Toons in terms of the team power. 1052 attack, 1155 defense, and 2024 health. So that is what we want to see with the healers. We want to see that their defensive and health stats are higher than the attack stats. So things are in the right order so far. Now, in terms of the special skill, it's called Moonlight Crescendo, and it's running at fast speed. So at fast speed, Melodymuse will boost the health of all allies by 710. Boosted health can exceed max HP, and then all allies are immune to new status ailments for 4 turns. Right. Who do we know that works in a similar way? Let me think now. Well, Hathor, right? I mean, Hathor works in almost exactly the same way. She does have a lower health boost. Granted, she is running at fast speed as well, and she does give ailment protection for all allies. I'm not sure exactly how many turns, but I don't have her, so I can't double check that right now. But it may be almost exactly the same. So this is basically like a Hathor, but for the Astral Elves. Now, the health boost is humongous. It is running at fast speed, so I do really like that. And the protection against new status ailments for 4 turns means that it makes it a very difficult hero to deal with on defense. Now, it is kind of a disappointment in some of the ways in that Hathor does have that, especially with the costume. She gets that extra chance for the passive where she cleanses all of the status ailments off. And to me, that makes her a better hero because she cleanses the status ailments and then puts up the ailment protection. It makes it to where you're removing those ailments that could have been detrimental to your team initially. Now, with Melodymuse, we don't see the same thing. She does get the mana shield from the cleric class, which means that it's kind of, there's a big chance that she may have resisted those ailments, but that's only for herself. It's not for the rest of the team. And with Hathor, like I said before, she's cleansing all of the ailments from the whole team. So we don't get that with this hero. And that is kind of a big problem for her because to me, even though she's got a higher boosted health, she's got better stats, maybe just slightly better because the costumes are always going to be increased. To me, I would rather have costume Hathor over Melodymuse. So I'm not going to say she's a disappointment, because in and of herself, she is still a really good hero. So, you know, congrats 100%. If you do get this hero, she's a fantastic healer. I would definitely go ahead and level her. But at the same time, you know, if you already have Costume Hathor Max, then there may be a second thought about this. You don't get an advantage to where they don't miss, because she's not dealing any damage or anything like that. She's not casting any ailments herself. So she is kind of handicapped in that respect, where you're only really looking at her in a bubble, and in that bubble there are better heroes. So thoughts on Melodymuse? As far as the Astral Elves go, I'll give her an A grade. I mean, she's definitely not right up there with the most powerful, and she's definitely not a, you know, suddenly incredible counter to heroes like Sludges. You know, that is what we're looking for. I was kind of not disappointed but surprised that Sludges wasn't actually featured in the Covenant portal, but then again, we have Von Rothbart, who's probably the, you know, second strongest hero in the game, as you know, at the moment, in my humble opinion. But yeah, that was interesting. So yeah, I mean, as far as Melodymuse goes, there's not that much extra to say about her. She's an excellent hero for defense. I think she'll be very tricky to deal with. You can remove the ailment immunity, so you'll need an upfront dispel, or potentially, if you have it, a priority dispel will be really good to be able to deal with that. And then the boosted health, it's a massive amount at fast speed, so she is going to be tricky to deal with, and I'd say she'd make a very good hero both on offense and defense. But yeah, that said, there are better heroes in this portal. She's featured alongside Starlass, who's probably one of my favorite of the slow speed heroes in the game at the moment. So you could be doing pretty damn well if you do pull Starlass, and you do have that 2 times chance in this portal, so there's a chance that you'll get an extra hero alongside them. Odds wise, we're looking at legendary featured hero is 0.4% and legendary event is 0.5, so you've actually got a slightly higher chance to pull one of the other elves. So it's still a good portal to summon in, because you do get that 2 times summon. So that's everything I've got to say on Melodymuse. Please do let me know in the comments what you guys think about this new hero in the Astral Elves. And do drop us a like. Obviously, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already, because there is some big happenings coming up tomorrow. We should be looking at the first ever look into the Dragon Spire. So, you know, it's going to be interesting what that holds for all of us. Some very nervous anticipation there for sure. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think of her. Drop us a like, subscribe to the channel, share it with your mother, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now.